Previously on GTA 5 RP.
Well, it was actually a private eye back in Vice City.
What if we started a private eye in Los Santos?
I would love that. You got a name?
You can call me Teddy.
Timmy?
Teddy.
Yeah, my name's Shim.
Nice to meet you, Shim.
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 Yes, Shim.
Shim.
S-H-I-M.
Yes, Shim.
Yes. Hey, oh shit, I probably didn't give you enough room, did I?
Just gave that poor man a heart attack. All set. I don't know why, but I feel very safe when you're behind the wheel.
I typically don't hear that. To be honest, my wife always said the exact opposite. She could also be a crazy, ornery bitch. But I loved her.
If you don't mind me asking, how did she pass away?
My best man in my wedding shot her in the throat.
Yikes.
When I was a PI, I was investigating him, and I had to join his gang to, learn more about him and his culture, and actually ended up being very good friends. And then he was my best man at my wedding. And then something happened. There was a misunderstanding. Trevor thought that I was trying to be coerced by my wife into turning him and his boys into the local PD. So one day I went up to my grandfather's where I brought my wife to hide. And I found her laying there dead with a bullet through her throat.
I think you probably know this, but maybe it wasn't the best idea to invite a gang member to your wedding.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you're probably right.
So, where are we headed?
Well, now we're gonna head to Ammunition and get you that firearm.
Oh, that sounds good. I don't like you need a license for one of these things or something, do I?
Ah, fuck.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna complain if it's just like, in the gray area or something.
I don't remember if I ever got my license.
Well, I always find it best just to ask questions later.
I mean, typically, if you're gonna be a private eye, that's, well, I guess that could be a good thing in certain circumstances. But hey, you'll learn on the job. Worst that happens, you'll get shot in the throat like my wife.
Shit!
Jesus!
No way.
Why are you taking a picture of me? I'm not afraid to hit a woman.
I'm afraid to hit a woman with a cop across the street. Alright, cop's gone. Alright, now let's make this quick.
Oh shit. Who are those assholes?
I don't know, but I think they're compensating for something.
What are they doing?
I was gonna ask you that.
How are you two doing today?
I'm doing a lot.
I was doing
How about
alright.
yourself?
Good, man. Hey, you guys interested in going mudding?
In going
I'm
what
not
now?
into men, I'm sorry.
Alright, well just let me know. I have a couple spare off-roaders if you do, so.
You don't really look like you're dressed to go mudding.
Oh, mudding. I could
Hey,
have
I'm not
sworn
gonna
you
go-
said nothing.
No,
This
mudding,
makes a
man.
lot more sense now.
We're going base jumping.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. That sounds like fun. Are you guys gonna go to Mount Chiliad for that?
I was thinking somewhere here in the city.
Oh, man, you want me to show
Really?
you a good spot?
Why not?
Alright,
I'm
man,
from
follow
South
me.
Dakota.
That was a very relevant statement. Well done. Ah, yes. Very good.
Yeah, you can use the crane or you can climb if possible up there. All the way up there. I think you can. Alright, boys, good luck. Be safe.
Starting to get cold feet.
My feet are never cold. Mostly because I wear about 4 layers of socks at all times.
Jesus Christ, you're not in South Dakota anymore. I think you can cross up top, and then you can make your way up to the other building.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot more sense than jumping off this one. Back home in South Dakota, we could only really climb things for entertainment.
You ever climb Mount Everest? I mean, not Mount Everest, Mount Rushmore.
No, I've never left my town.
It's a shame, son.
Born and
Shame.
raised and never left Treeville, South Dakota till 2 days ago.
Freeville.
Yeah, Treeville. We have a lot of trees. That's how we got our name. You know, I don't know if your theory is holding much water.
What theory? Oh yeah, that is. Oh no, Teddy! Jesus Christ!
I get a little rambunctious sometimes.
No shit. You know, if I had more control in my hands, I would jump for that railing.
Yeah, you know what? I've always had a difficulty moving my fingers.
You too?
Yeah, like my whole life, you know, I've looked at things that could have just made my life so much easier and thought, If only I could use these weird appendages on the end of my hands.
Right? It's like you look at certain things and you're like, oh, I could probably grab that, but then other things that you feel like you could, you just, you can't.
It's weird that there's only like, you know, a couple of specific predetermined items that our species can hold on to.
I know, it's fucking strange.
Maybe we should, like, go get some cases to work on or something.
How about the case of let's get to the top of this fucking building and jump? Have you ever, used the parachute before?
I fell out of a tree once in South Dakota. I had a couple grocery store bags that I duct taped together. So to answer your question, no.
I was gonna take that as a yes.
You can go down here real quick.
Oh, it burns the hands, it burns the hands.
I haven't been able to feel in my hands since I was 7. I remember it vividly. My mother said, "Teddy, don't put your hands on the stove," but silly old rambunctious child me put both my hands right on the stove.
Oh my god.
The pain hurt so badly that I decided I was going to stand on it to get my hands off. I also can't feel in my feet as a result of that either.
Did your parents never really, play any kind of educational board games or anything with you? Like some, problem solving?
We played
Yeah,
a
just
game
throwing it
called
up.
Which Dakota. Just a series of questions, and the answer
yeah.
was always North or South Dakota.
I guess that qualifies. I was gonna say, on a scale from North to South Dakota, how high do you think this ladder gets us?
Probably Canada. I like to study blueprints, and this building's been under construction for about 7 years.
What are they doing with it?
Nobody knows what building this is going to be, only that it is not a building, but probably should be for the amount of time that it's been under construction.
They're probably just using it for fucking money laundering.
This feels like a horrifically inconvenient investment for money laundering. Not that I would know anything about that.
Holy shit, we're getting high.
Yeah, we're almost at Canada. You know what? I'm looking up now. I take it back. We're gonna reach the North Pole.
I think my asshole's starting to bleed. Getting so high. Like, why would God allow me to use my hands to climb this extremely high, extremely non-purposeful ladder, but not allow me to pick up my family heirlooms in my home and look at my family albums and wear my father's old World War II hat?
Why did God leave the stove on?
I don't think God left the stove on.
Sometimes I wonder that myself. So your father was in World War II then?
Oh, sorry, I said my father, I meant my grandfather.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. My great grandfather was also in World War II. We used to call him Great Grandpa Teddy.
Oh, his name is Teddy too, huh?
Yes, my entire family line is named Teddy, except for Bartholomew. His name is Bartholomew.
Isn't Teddy a nickname for Bartholomew? Or am I...
No. Teddy's most definitely a nickname for Mark.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So I got 2
Oh,
questions. Only one of them is important. Question number
What's
1.
that?
Is this even legal?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that was the one that didn't matter. Question number 2. I don't know how to put on a parachute.
That was a statement, Teddy.
Yes.
And to be completely honest, I don't know how to do that either.
You know, maybe if we just jump, it'll happen.
Yeah, I'm kind of crossing my fingers, hoping that once I fall, the adrenaline will just click and spark something in my brain.
I'm gonna
You know,
look it up
be
on my
like, hey.
phone real quick. Never mind, my phone only has 7 apps and none of them are useful. You know what? You've been a good friend, Shim. Just saying that in case your adrenaline theory doesn't work. You know, in case it ends up kind of like we can cross over on the crane theory.
Yeah, you're a good man, Teddy. You're a good man.
Thanks.
Although you claim to be 73 years old.
No, I
your beard
look
does-
73. I'm actually
does say that.
29.
Oh, thank God.
Just a genetic defect. My
Thank
entire
God.
family looks like we're Benjamin Button.
I was very terrified that 2-3 days into owning our new business, you were gonna kick the bucket.
Doctor says I easily got a whole nother 8 or 9 years left.
I'm sorry.
Dog years.
What are you talking about, Teddy?
I don't know. He was speaking in jargon the whole time. I just pretended to understand.
What kind of hospital was this?
The South Dakota one.
Jesus Christ, Teddy, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to never, ever go back to South Dakota.
You're probably right.
Oh, God, oh, boy.
I'm kind of afraid to
Okay.
jump up onto this piece because I'm not very coordinated. I'm kind of concerned I'm just gonna lob myself right off the back. That was horrifying. Hey, how's the signal up here?
I got 3 bars. No, 2 now.
How is it dropping? There's nothing that could possibly interfere with the signal up here.
Maybe it's my prosthetic metal penis.
I've heard about those.
I do miss what it feels like to take a piss that you've been holding in for, that sweet spot. That what is it, like an hour and a half or so? You've been holding it in. Any longer and it would have hurt. Any shorter and it would have been nothing at all. But right around that hour and a half mark, it's when you take a piss and it's just like pure bliss, pure joy, pure sensation.
Yeah, I'm kind of at that point right now.
Okay. All right, Teddy. From my wife, my dead mother, and my dead father.
You know, before you jump though, like, you are planning on pulling the chute, right? Because this speech does not sound very uplifting.
Of course I'm planning on pulling the chute. Why would I not? I mean, I only just lost my wife and yes, of course I'm pulling it.
And you're also the only person I know.
Don't make this about you.
I'm sorry, it's the South Dakota thing.
All right, Teddy, I'm doing it. If I don't make it, just know that you're a great man, and I think we would have become very good friends. Possibly even shared a brotherly love. Here we go, Teddy. All right, Geronimo.
Uh-oh.